Hello everyone, welcome to IT Horizon. In today's video, we'll be discussing about the attributes and variants in Odoo sales. In Odoo, attributes and variants help you to manage products that come in different type, size, color, or version. For example, a t-shirt may have color, red, blue, and size medium, large, XL. So, what are attributes? Attributes are basically the characteristics of a product. It can be the color, size, material, capacity, memory in case of fonts, and you can create the attributes for a product and you can just configure the attribute. Now we need to know what are variants. Variants is equal to the different combinations of attribute. Each combination comes an individual product. If a t-shirt has color red and blue, it can have the size medium and large. So Odoo will automatically create 4 variants, which means red plus medium, red plus large, blue plus medium, blue plus large. Each variant will have its own barcode, its own SKU, its own stock, its own the price, and that will be optional. Now, let's see how to manage the product variants and attributes in Odoo 19 sales. Head into the sales module, move on to the configurations, settings, and enable the variants. This would allow you to sell the variants of a product using attributes such as size, color, and everything. Now, why we need to use the product variant? It will have a better stock management. Each product variant has got its own quantity. It can be red medium with the 10 pieces, blue medium with 5 pieces, and that provide a cleaner product list. You don't need to separate product for each color or size, and that will also set a flexible pricing. You can add extra cost for variants. For example, the size XL will have an extra charge of 50. The color black will have an extra charge of 30. This will also get simple for customers. In e-commerce, POS or sales, customers can select the attributes easily. Now, where the variants are used in Odoo sales, Odoo will allow you to choose the specific variants. This helps you to manage stock and pricing correctly. You can just move on to the configuration and you will be able to see the attributes. And under the attributes, you would be able to see different characteristics such as a brand, size, shoe size, color, gender, material, pattern, manufacturer, brand, size, and so on. Upon moving on to the display type, here Odoo provide different ways to show the displays. It can be radio, pills, select. If you're just moving on with select, you would be able to select the items. You can also just go ahead with color, multi checkbox, and image. And if you want to just see this on the product card, you can just set it as visible, hidden, or hover. And we have a variant creation such as instantly, dynamically, and now. If I'm setting it as instantly, whenever I just create a product, instantly it will be visible under the product. If I'm setting it as dynamic, then during the it will be only shown when corresponding attributes and values are added to the sales order. If you're just going with never, then the variants are never created for the attribute, which means you will be creating that, but it will not be showing anyway in the product. Now you can also just move on to the e-commerce filters, which can be set as visible or hidden. And you can also just go with the e-commerce category. Let's consider product with variants. Here you would be able to see a product. Let's say the chair, that's a conference chair, it has got 2 variants. Once you enable the attribute and variants, you would be able to see a tab called attribute and variants under the product. So here you would be able to see the attribute is leg, and it has got 2 values, which is the steel and aluminum. If you want to configure this, you can just move on here and you can also set the extra charges for the product aluminum. As we just go with the instant creation, you would be able to see this. Now let's consider the other example. So in this case, I would like to consider the other product, which is the blue denim jeans. It has got different size such as small, medium, large, XL, 2XL, 3XL, 4XL, 5XL, and if you just need to configure with different prices, here you can see that upon moving on to the 2XL and more, the extra charges is being set over there. Now, upon moving on to the different items, you would be able to see all the variants with the prices and everything. Now, let me move on to the orders and let's choose the quotation. So, from the quotation, we can say that I'll like to create a new quotation with the customer Joel Wells and let me add the product. So here we have the conference share. Upon choosing the conference share, here we'll be getting the wizard to add the item, which is in radio form. Here you would be able to see that. So if you want to just add the aluminum one, you can just see. Currently, we have added the aluminum and extra charges has been applied and the image has been changed. So you can just confirm it. Let me move on to the configuration settings and again let me enable the variant grid entry. So this adds several variants to an order from the grid. So let me save the changes and here let's see the difference. Upon moving on to the orders, you can again consider the quotation. And from here, let's move on to the quotation that we were dealing with and let me add an item. So here you would be able to see the blue denim jeans. So when you just try to add it, you would be able to see how it's showing. Let's confirm it. And upon moving on to the product, here you can see the quantity, the attributes and variants. And here you can see that currently we have just set it as product configurator. You just need to change it as the order grid entry to see the change. So upon moving on today, you would be able to see the change. Now, let me again use the item, the blue denim jeans. Upon moving on to the grid entry, you can set the number of quantity that you want to add under each values. So if you want to just add 3 size for medium, 2 size for, 3 size for small, 2 size for medium, and 1 size for large, you can just do that from here. So you can find the difference in the product configurator and the variant grid entry under the attributes and variants, and it's such that easy to manage with the attributes and variants in Odoo 19 sales. So that's all for today. If you find this video informative, please do subscribe our channel and thank you for watching the video.